Many will say this video is degenerate, but you're watching it and I'm making it. Clearly, we don't care. And also, I consider this more a video about health. I think a healthy wiener is a big and strong one, like mine. Now, before we get into how to actually reach your max size, we're going to go over understanding size in the first place. Chances are you probably jerked off to a bunch of videos. I have, you have, let's be honest here, okay? What these videos have done, have given you a warped representation of what is big and what is the average size. It's like comparing yourself to a steroid user in your physique who posts photos on Instagram. The photos are edited, they make it bigger in post in their editing software, they use fisheye lenses, they get girls with really small hands, etc. Completely wipe that from your head. Okay, completely wipe it from your mind. That has no influence on how you compare yourself to others and how your self-esteem is, okay? And I would go over the average size and all this charts, all this nerd stuff, but I think putting that out might make some people feel insecure. I don't know. Personally, me finding out the average size and whatnot gave me a lot of confidence, but maybe it's not the same for everyone, so I'll leave it up to you. I'm going to give you a link here. I'm going to put it somewhere on the screen. Go to that website. It's going to give you literally everything you need to know, okay? It's a bunch of nerd stuff, a bunch of studies, etc. And there's charts you can put in your numbers, etc. You learn how to measure too. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into actually reach your max size. I'm going to teach you an acronym, and you better remember it. If you don't remember, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to do something bad to you. And if you're a girl, you probably want me to do that, but only my wife. Now, HEFA is the acronym. H-E-F-A. Hormones, exercise, food, attraction. So first, we're going to go over hormones, the first part. I have made a full testosterone guide, but I'll probably remake that video. But I'm going to give you the spiel here. This is basically what you need to do, okay? First, sun. Sun is extremely important, okay? Every single day, take your shirt off, get out in the sun, preferably as soon as you wake up so you can get some sunshine in your eyes, and it's going to help you sleep later on. It's also going to give you more energy. Chest, back, no shirt. And I'm going to go over this a bit more later. Take your balls out when you're outside. Not right now. I know you look at me and it's like, oh, wow, I feel like taking my balls out. Don't do that, okay? We don't mess with that here. All right? We don't mess with that. I'm not Joe Biden. I don't do the sign of a cross at a pro-abortion rally. It's terrible. Anyways, completely off topic, but I talk about whatever I want, all right? Sun, lift heavy weights. Don't my vagina hurts. This weight is too heavy. I'm gonna do lower weight. I'm just gonna do a bunch of reps. Don't do that. Lift heavy weights. Make sure it actually strains. Heavy. You should be. There'll be certain lifts where you feel like you're about to pass out. Don't go too far, obviously. Don't start bleeding out your nose and stuff, but you should be putting in a lot of effort. And also, don't forget legs. Okay, legs are very important for your hormonal profile when you're exercising. Okay? Next, we'll talk a bit about avoiding things like BPA. So, a lot of you guys are consuming a lot of BPA, which is literally an endocrine disruptor, which, in layman's terms, essentially messes with your hormones. And when your hormones are messed up, you're not going to be able to get hard. And also, if you're currently growing right now, which is you until you're like 22, so a lot of you watching this video have the potential to grow naturally with just having proper hormonal profile and eating a proper diet, just natural growth. This is going to inhibit that. So when you drink water, drink out of glass. When you store food, store it in metal or glass, okay? Try to reduce plastic as much as possible. I know you're not going to be able to fully get rid of it, but as little plastic as possible, okay? If you just try, you're going to do well for yourself, okay? Most people don't try. And you also want to not fall for gimmicks. So a lot of people, they're aware of BPA being bad. Then they're like, well, this one says BPA free, so I'm going to get it, and I'm going to put it in a microwave because it's BPA free, it must be good, right? It's plastic, it's okay because it doesn't have BPA. This is stupid because what they do, instead of putting BPA, they put something like BPF or BPS, which has the same side effects as BPA. It's the same thing, just a different name. BPA free, but still has the same effects. So avoid plastic as much as possible. And this also goes for clothing, okay? Cotton clothing only, especially on your underwear. I see it's like a trend now. I see selling out all over the place. A bunch of people are buying it. These polyester plastic underwears. First of all, those things aren't even comfortable. I mean, maybe if you're playing a sport, you know, and you really need to scrunch your balls up, then sure. But that stuff, it smells terrible, it's not that comfortable, and it's also terrible for your testicles. And that's where testosterone is created. So, love yourself a little bit and just get some cotton briefs. Get cotton shirts, don't get polyester plastic pants. Same thing goes for your socks. Just wear cotton, okay? Next, we're going to talk about sleep, okay? Get sunlight. In the morning, as I said earlier, that's going to help you sleep. But sleeping in general, sleeping is when you grow. If you aren't sleeping, you aren't giving your body a chance to grow. To sleep more, it's very simple. Just put some effort in, okay? I'm going to give you a very, very, very short sleeping guide here, okay? Set a time you want to go to bed. An hour before that, get off all your electronics, okay? No.
Oh, guys, let's get on our late night game and, eat pizza and play.
Don't do that. But an hour before sleep, turn off all your electronics and just do something relaxing. Read the Bible, Don't do anything too intensive. Think, meditate, whatever you want to do. Just keep it calm and do it in a darker environment. That's going to help you sleep. And then try to wake up at the same time every morning, and then immediately go outside. There you go. That's gonna give you better sleep than 99% of people. Because 99% of people don't even try, like I said. Next, stress. So stress is very important for hormones. There's good stress and there's bad stress. An example of good stress, this is way too boom. Professional. There's good stress and bad stress. An example of good stress is working out. Okay, that's going to help your hormonal profile. An example of bad stress is stressing over, oh my god, I lost in Fortnite. That's bad stress. That's bad for your hormones. Don't succumb to that, alright? And this is where addictions come in. Because if you have addictions, if you're addicted to jerking off to watching, Abe Adams get railed, or addicted to playing video games all day, or you're addicted to scrolling on social media, you're naturally going to be very stressed, okay? What you have to do is get off these devices. I'm gonna make update videos about, because I already made videos about these things, but I'm gonna make another one. In any case, these things you need to get rid of, because these things are making you stressed. Believe me, as someone who used to be addicted to all those things and got off of it, they cause stress. Unnecessary stress that's gonna lower testosterone and make your wiener smaller. Okay, do you want a smaller wiener? Do you want a smaller wiener? No. Good. So get the hell off those things. Next. Oh yeah, lowering body fat for estrogen. So, as far as I understand, maybe this is wrong in terms of
the nitty-gritty scientific explanation,
but we don't care, okay? Extra body fat creates extra estrogen, or body fat carries estrogen, something like that, okay? So, it's very simple. Lower your body fat to a healthy level. And healthy level is not being completely shredded with abs. A healthy level is to where you can flex and then see your abs. Now, if you could see your abs when you flex just a little bit, even if it's just a little bit, you're at a healthy body fat level. You could stay at that level. That's fine. Once you're to the point where you can't see your abs when you're flexing, unless you have really underdeveloped ab muscles, you're too fat. You need to lose some weight, okay? Next, we're going to start talking about exercises, okay? So there's three exercises that I'm going to fully condone and fully tell you to do, because I know they work and I know they're safe. And the next three are going to be ones that I've done research about and I think either work or could work. But you have to use your own discretion because I haven't used them before. So, first exercise is Kegels. So, Kegels, I know there's a thing where you lay down and then you squish your butt cheeks together or something like that. And you do a reverse plank. But I'm going to teach you the way I do it. So, I explained this poorly last time. You have your balls. Okay, this is you as a human, okay? And your balls are here, right? Let me do this one for mine, because my balls are that big compared to my body. My balls are that big compared to my body. Now, you go back a little bit, and then you have your butt, okay? In between, there's a little area, and this is the part you have to shave, because if you don't, it gets stuck to your underwear, and it gets really uncomfortable. There's this area, okay? And you don't want to squish your butt cheeks, okay? You don't want to squeeze your butthole. That's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to squeeze the area in between, okay? Not your butthole, but this area. And you have to feel it and then, try to flex it. okay? The best way to figure out the feeling is try going for a piss and then just stop to pee. That is a key rule. But don't use your piss as a way of measuring it, because eventually you're going to get a UTI if you do it too much. Just do it once and get the feeling down. And preferably put your hand where you're trying to flex. Okay, right in that area, and then stop your pee, then you'll be able to feel it flex. That, you have to flex it and hold it. It's like doing a stomach vacuum. You flex it and hold it to get it stronger. Now, this is very good for your general health in the first place. It's going to help you not get cancer and stuff like that. Prostate cancer, something like that, whatever it's called. It's also going to give you harder erections, therefore making you bigger. And it's also going to make you have better ejaculation control. It's very good for you, very good exercise. Even outside of just worrying about size. Next, breathing properly. So, if you are a mouth breather, like that, you need to start breathing through your nose, bro. And I know it might be a bit hard. Watch my video about mewing, but in general, we're just talking about nose breathing. When you breathe through your nose, you create nitric oxide because you have this stuff. You're supposed to breathe through your nose, okay? I'm not going to give you a whole nerd. Well, the scientific study, and according to human anatomy, the nose works like this. You don't care. All you care about is getting a bigger wiener, and I'm telling you, start breathing through your nose. You can create nitric oxide, which is going to help your blood flow, and you need blood flow, good blood flow, in order to get harder erections. Breathe through your nose, and don't breathe like... Breathe in, and then breathe out longer than you breathe in. It's not only going to calm you down and make you feel better, but it's also going to give you a bigger wiener. Sounds good, right? Now, next. So this is one I made a video about this topic a while ago, but I didn't add this one. There's a bunch of stuff I'm adding in that I didn't add to the last video. Go outside, and this is good for your general health. Okay, like I said earlier, but go outside and let your cock and balls hang. Now, you know those African tribes and how their penis size is like double on average, like an average American. One, it's because of their diet, which I'm about to get into later, but also, in theory, I think it's because they have a downward force going on, because when you put on underwear, right, and most people do it, they get underwear and they scrunch it all the way up, right, they pull it all the way up, so their balls are like pushed up, right, and same thing goes for the wiener, right, it's all pushed up. That is a inward force. If you let it hang, naturally it's going to droop down, right? Because there's weight to it. That's a downward force. Thus, that's going to create length. Human bodies, and we're talking a bit more about this in another exercise. It's like this on steroids. But human bodies adjust to the force applied to them. You know those people, there's like this tribe somewhere, I don't know what the hell they're called, I forgot. But they put these things on their neck, like this metal tube thing, and instead of their neck being normal, it goes up like this. Their neck, it's like the long neck guy, you know, the white dude with a really long neck. It's like that, but even more extreme. And originally their necks were normal, then they have that huge neck, okay, the huge and long neck. This is how the human body works, okay? So if you let it hang out, and this also goes for when you're wearing underwear, don't wear underwear too tight, let it hang a little bit. If you go outside and let it hang, you can get the sun on it, which is vitamin D. It's where testosterone is made. I think the vitamin D should help with growth. It makes sense to me. You let it hang, there's going to be downward force, and thus going to create growth. That makes sense. And the reason why I bring up the African tribes is because they can't afford clothes. I mean, if you see the clothes they wear, they put a string around their waist and they put a little tarp in front of their peener. A peener. That's a new word, you know what? I'm gonna refer to the wiener now as a peener. I made a new word. I'm amazing at everything I do. But yeah, I mean, they can't afford clothes. They just put a little string around their waist and put something in front of their peener, and it hangs. I think there's some correlation between that and their size. Now, we're gonna start talking about 3 exercises that I haven't tried. But I never really tried the hanging out exercise until like a few months ago, I guess, because I started suntanning my balls and it kind of happened naturally. But anyways, these 3 I haven't done. 1, jelqing. So I'm not even going to teach you how to jelq because I don't know how it works, and I heard there's possibly negative side effects. But if you do it, supposedly helps with your girth. Okay, so there's guides on the internet. Just go look up how to jelq. There's going to be like a 5-step list you're going to see on the internet. Do it at your own risk. Follow the normal precautions of any exercise. If it hurts, don't do it anymore. And don't be a retard in general. Next, stretching. So this is basically you get your wiener, your peener, and you stretch. Not too much, don't rip it off, okay? But you stretch a little bit every single day, and then you should feel a little bit sore. That shows that growth is going on. Like I said, the human body adjusts to forces applied on it. I think this should work. Logically, it makes sense to me. And the last one's going to be vacuum hanging. So as far as I understand this one, it's like this machine. And by the way, for stretching, there's a machine you can get. A stretching machine that like does it for you. Okay? But this one's kind of like that, but it's kind of like hanging on steroids, like I said. It's called vacuum hanging. Essentially, as far as I can understand, this machine, you put your peener into it, then it has a little weight on the bottom, right? And basically, it adds extra downward force. As opposed to just letting it hang, you add a little extra weight. Not too much, obviously, because then it's going to fall. I mean, a lot of weight would have to be applied to make it completely rip off. But if you put too much weight, it's going to hurt, and you might end up doing some damage to yourself. But I do think a little bit of weight can help. But again, those three are risky. Those three can possibly have negative side effects if you're an idiot. So do that at your own risk. Now, we're going to talk about food. Okay? You need to eat like a man. Okay, you want to have a man-sized peener, like me, you got to eat like a man. Don't go vegan. Don't eat a bunch of soy. Don't eat a bunch of junk food. Don't, oh, well, I'm only going to eat meat once a week because meat, I heard the doctor say meat is bad for me. When the doctor's like 400 pounds and he's some really fat dude. Don't listen to these people. Meat is good for you. Beef, chicken. You want to grow your meat, you need to eat meat. Now, that's the fallacy of equivocation. I'm not getting into that nerd stuff. I want to make a joke about, logical fallacy, but who cares? And also, hydration, water. Okay, water is very important for blood flow. Don't be one of these nerds, these video gaming nerds who drinks a bunch of soda and only drinks like a glass of water a day. Go for a gallon a day, roughly. And again, that's fine. Go for a gallon a day, roughly. You want to consume a lot of fat. You want to consume a lot of cholesterol. And this is why animal-based products are great, because they have a lot of cholesterol. Now, you've probably heard that cholesterol is really bad for you, but the truth is, all your important hormones, testosterone and estrogen, come from cholesterol. If there is no cholesterol, testosterone and estrogen can't be made. And you need both of them. As a man, you need more testosterone. Obviously, as a woman, you need more estrogen. Estrogen's a bit complicated, but in any case, you need testosterone. You need cholesterol. Okay? Junk food, junk food's bad for you. You want to fast as well. Fasting is going to help your hormonal profile. It's also going to help you, uppity. Okay, this is anecdotal, but I do think fasting does help with erection quality. You just feel like you're hungry. You want to devour something, and not just food. And then you want to consume some foods that specifically help with the blood flows. For example, it's things like beets, things that are high in L-citrulline, L-carnitine, and other things like this that help. You could supplement those if you want. You can also eat like things like watermelon, like I said, beets. What else? Spinach will help, tomatoes, stuff like that. These things are going to help your blood flow, which is going to help your erection quality, which will make you bigger. Lastly, attraction. This is very important. No more watching Victoria cakes get pounded. I know, you little nasty. You want to keep watching it. You're like, oh, I want to watch it. I need it. First of all, you don't need it. Second of all, that's nasty. Stop doing it. This is one of the biggest reasons why people have smaller wieners now. Smaller peeners, excuse me. When you watch a bunch of explicit content, even if it's just on TikTok, okay, you're going to get some form of erectile dysfunction. Some people can't get it up at all because of it. And the reason why is because you get it up due to attraction. Okay, you go boing when you're like, oh, she's hot, boing, attraction. When you see all of these images on your screen, you watch all these girls, you watch Gumball's mom, you watch Marge Simpson. Yeah, I know you watch those, bro. It's okay. I used to too. All this stuff. You become desensitized. You're no longer attracted. You can no longer go boing. Okay? You need to get off of it. you're gonna be able to actually be able to have some form of attraction to them, and then you'll be able to get it up. Okay, these people who tell the stories like, oh, well, I had my first night. Better have been with your wife. Okay, we're Christians here. We wait until marriage. Like, oh, well, I can only do it with my wife. What the hell am I even talking about? Oh, well, it was my first night, and then I wasn't able to get it up. I hear that story all the time. That's because of explicit content. Get off of it. Make your wiener work again. Make your wiener great again. Or make your peener great again. And also, your mindset is very important, okay? Which explicit content will influence. You want to understand that the female body is very beautiful. The female body should arouse you. And again, I feel like that comes naturally as soon as you quit explicit content. So I'm not even going on a tangent because you are going to get that naturally. We're men. If your hormones are correct, your hormones are good, eat the right food, and you are letting your balls hang out outside, and be able to be attracted and be able to go boiling as much as your heart desires. Now, from what I can deduce, obviously I'm not pulling down the pants of Christian men, but I assume by the way they act, they probably aren't that big. Probably they act like they're small. They see I act like I'm really big. They act like they're small, which I can't really relate to. If you want to join this movement building back Christian men need to work on this. Maybe they can actually satisfy their wives and have their wives actually submit to them if they work on this. Want to join this movement? Click the link in the description for the Discord. Follow me on Instagram, like all my posts, because I am amazing. So my Instagram is also amazing. Same thing with this YouTube channel. Subscribe for more amazing videos. Playlist in the description for more amazing videos. Those are my call to actions. See you next video.